Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, back for a little AniMonday, reacting to anime on Monday. And today we're back with some Revolutionary Girl Utena. We got episode 7 in the house today, on the screen today. It's Unfulfilled, Jury. And how are you feeling fulfilled today, Eric?
After that kangaroo episode, I'm feeling a little unfulfilled, so I feel like I'm in the right headspace for finally meeting this mysterious fourth student council member.
I see. Well, yes, we technically have met her, but we haven't got too much in depth. We've seen her. She had a couple lines of dialogue here and there. She had a conversation with our boy Mickey in one episode, I believe. I can't remember exactly what they were talking about. I'm sure it was something to do with the whole bride situation.
Either the bride or eggs.
Yeah, it might have been like, what's your
eggs.
favorite egg preparation? Over easy,
Right.
scrambled. I can't. It was one or the other. Speaking of the last episode, though, we have been getting a few comments here and there on these, Drewz Viewz AniMonday episodes, so that's good. I love to see it. Someone said of last episode, this one is weird, LOL. I think there's some interesting commentary on how the prince role that a lot of guys in Utena assume in this world, might not be all it's cracked up to be, because the little kid did seem to care about Nanami, but cared more about acting princely than her actual well-being, which he showed by putting her in real danger so he could swoop in and rescue and look like the hero. Then they also say, but I DK about the kangaroo, LOL. Nanami episodes are just like that. So
Wonderful.
kind of speculating it last time as well in the recap. Like, Nanami is just weird, and like all the parts she's been in so far have been pretty strange. So yeah. But what about this though? The print. Was it some commentary on the prince role or the savior role and not being in it for the right reasons, sort of thing.
Well, it's bachelor season, so we are very concerned about being in things for the right reasons. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. Yeah, thanks Jay for setting us on that course. Something that we will be probably considering as we figure out what the fuck is going on here.
Yes. And then if we go back to the episode before that, we got some comments too. I think someone was praising us, so I want to make sure I go back and find that one.
You know I love to hear praise.
All right, this was Jay on that other one too. I guess Jay as a fan, they've been checking in on us so far. They said on this other comment, they said you two make a good duo at analyzing separate aspects of the show. So
I respect that, Jay. I respect that you caught on to that.
yeah, I do the aspects of like hearing words I recognize now in Japanese and pointing those out, and you do the aspect of finding the Buffy the Vampire Slayer references. So I think those are the two.
So, the whole spectrum.
Two great tastes that are good together.
Analysis.
Yeah. Also on that episode, we got a comment from Kirigama that just says, "This was so good, keep it up." Well, we're doing that, Kirigama. We're keeping it up.
Plan.
We're gonna roll into Unfulfilled Jury. I mean, I guess seriously, then we would have to assume this is a Jury episode from the title. Unfulfilled means she's gonna be wanting something, obviously, or there's gonna be some possibly internal strife or struggle, you would think, right?
Yeah, or possibly she's on a jury, making her a juror in a rural setting.
Yes.
It could be that.
Oh, yes, that's true. I mean, it is kind of rural around the school here, I think. It's just not like in the heart of Tokyo. Also, yeah, that's a good point. We've seen in the subtitles the name spelled G-U-R-I. I think we mentioned this last time when we were looking ahead. But it is spelled J-U-R-Y, at least on YouTube here where we're watching it. So, yeah.
It could just be a quirk of, the 90s.
That's true. Back in the 90s, people were changing their name. Spelling. Prince was just a symbol for a while. So it was a thing back then.
Well, I just mean the anime to United States pipeline. It wasn't as fully formed as it was, after I assumed Dragon Ball Z being the one that Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon
is what opened the floodgates up, I guess. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm making statements.
You are. Well, we're not going to cite your sources rather at the moment, because we got to see why Jerry's so unfulfilled. Let's get on into it. Let's do it. All right, there's our girl.
Immediately. You've got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Know when to duel someone for a human being.
We do. I am not willing to admit that she is human.
That's true. We're talking about Anthe, of course. And we were wondering in the past too if she would, duel Utena. It seems inevitable, kind of. So that
she's
could
got
even be
a
this episode. That's that shell smashing talk. Yeah.
Drink.
Real quick, prediction: do we get your song this episode? Yay or
Yes.
nay?
Yes. There is a duel this episode. So the student council changes every year. Clock that one.
That is generally traditional, isn't it? Huh?
I'm still following an apocalyptic angle here.
Oh, what? This scolding teacher has Chu Chu in hand? How did this happen? A monkey? I thought it was a mouse the whole time. I guess we can't take her word for it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Alright, here we go.
じゃあ行こうか。
教頭先生、指導の女性教師。あそこの相談室にやだな。だってさっき言ってらしたじゃないですか。ぜひとも彼女と昼食が。
どういうことかね。私は君と食事の約
そういう。
Get his ass.
分かったから早くしたまえ。
Some eel bowls. I'm jealous. Those are delicious.
いや、少しは時間がで。
助かった。奇跡と先輩の噂は中等部でもよく耳にします。
Chu Chu just mean
フェン
mugging
シング
her?
部のキャ
Love
プテ
to
ン
see
で
it.
教師本当はすごい不良で裏の顔を知っている
だよ。
嘘か本当か知らないけど。
へえ、下級生の情報網も侮れない。
Seems
Yeah,
somewhat
you
true
also
based on what we
hold
just
on.
saw with that
Right.
vice principal.
A rare show and tell.
会うってのは好きじゃないし、そういえば生徒会メンバーバラの花嫁を狙っているんですよね。
なぜみんながバラの花嫁を
Please tell
狙って
me.
いるのか
Please
そ
tell
の
me.
訳を。何でも奇跡の力。世界を革命。
That doesn't tell me much.
もういいや。じゃあ今エンゲージしている僕がその奇跡
Alright,
の
it's a good
力を
follow-up,
持っている
Utena.
わけだ。決まっ
Even though you're being glib about it.
満点とかやうなんて馬鹿げたこと本当にみんなマジでや
バラの花嫁を奪い合うなんて確かに馬鹿げて。
思いが届くと
そう。
先輩とは話が合い
至急生徒相談室まで来てください。
とにかく生徒会にも理解しこれどうぞ
Well,
Every single time.
does that count as the slap? I think so. Yeah. Okay.
いい気になるな。
Well, I think there was 2 episodes in a row without a slap, so it's pretty good. That was a pretty good respite.
Here we go. Here we go. We are the chick.
卵は世
What
界
is our egg?
今週中には次の決闘が行われなければなりません
順番では俺かジュリだな決闘するためにここに席を
確かに資格はあります腕も確かですでもジュリ
バラの花嫁の力を奇跡の力で
さあな。でもまあ、期末テストぐらいは自分の。
なんですそれ
I love her.
本当に奇跡の力を否定し
Just bringing up stuff from a different conversation and
叶えて
expecting
く
them
れるの
to know or
が
not.
世界を革命するのかもしれないとしたらそれでもバラの花嫁の力を否定
ジュリさん誰かに恋してるんですか届かない思いって辛いですよね
そう。
まいったおさんだ乾杯だよお前なら高等部の男子だって
奇跡を信じて思いは届くと
So that flower Anthe had was evidently triggering.
この恋が叶え。
口にこそ出さないけれどやはり彼を奪わずにはいられな彼を思う気持ちだけはいるのよでもそれは
あなたじゃ
Well, that's devious.
なぜならそれは私が心から願ったことだ。信じて思いは届くと
So that was her.
心はきっと憎んでますよね。
This is brutal. Poor Jury.
お手紙ありがとう。一つを見ていると、過ぎた月日何をやるにも三人一緒で、幸せに輝いている顔を見ていると懐かしい。
Okay, it's interesting backstory. I'm not seeing how it connects to the student council style.
I'm not either. I only have guesses at this point.
Where is our Greek chorus? I guess maybe they're not always right at the back.
チュチュお願いだから早く寝ておくれやっぱり姿じゃないから最初誰だかわからなかったモデルみたい。先輩を見たらきっとみんな驚くだろうな。
君は夜でもその格好をしてるの？
そうですね。影響かな。
王子様？
昔小さい頃で、そして二人が出会った思い出にこれを。王子様の姿かっこよかったんですよね。だから僕近づきたくて、きっとこんな格好をしてるんです。花嫁とか奇跡の力とかは信じられないけど信じられるんです。それを奇跡と呼ぶなら、先輩。
バラの刻印をフィナ、つまり君の気高さとやらは好きな男に言われ。
Little fake out there.
そうともバラの花嫁を奪い合うなんてことも得たことさ。だけどその資格があるのは本当に嫌だ。
これはあの人と僕のたった一つの
Chu Chu always catching strays.
じゃない。
ならば貴様の言う奇跡を見せてみる。剣が暴いてやる。
Alright, I'm sensing the duel coming in. We know it's gonna happen.
It's happening.
よかった。だってさ、だってどうせどうぞ。鳩だ。狼だ。ぐらい見せなさいってのよね。
あんたよっぽど行きたく。
I don't think giraffes are boring animals at its zoo. Alright, let's get ready to sing along.
Here it goes.
This is my water drop.
Unbelievable, they do this every time.
Destiny apocalypse. Destiny apocalypse. You still think it's funny? Still
It's
getting you, huh?
objectively the funniest thing that's ever happened. It just so very seriously plays this every time.
I wonder if that's the same animation just now for walking up, like the head-on animation, because she looks very determined there. I can't remember if it's she always
It's the
does.
same thing every time.
I know, but it's the exact same thing. They don't even change any little things yet. That's what I'm wondering. Yeah, I guess this looks the same. Alright, will Utena go to 4-0 here?
奇跡の力なんかなくてもあなたには負けません。私に眠るディオスの力よ。
丈夫王子様、まだ始まったばかりだよ。火は回り込んだりしろよ。もうヘトヘトだな。
Using the memory as
絶
fuel.
対に許さない。ないのかな、王子様。
後悔していません。こんな私を。
ってのが君の口癖だった。決まりだ。
Boom. Is that another prince assist? Ghost?
こんなの関係ない。
が届きますよ。
Isn't Toga or anyone watching with binoculars out there?
余計な。
それで君は奇跡を認めたの？
本当に世界を革命する力があるというなら、
Okay.
私
ようにか。
あなたは憎んでますよね。
私の思いに君は気づきもしないんだから。
I knew it was her.
Well, what did we think of that episode, Eric? I mean, you throughout the episode, you're saying you were liking our not main character, I guess, but our featured character in this one, Jury.
Yeah, I really like that character. I am I'm very interested in that kind of character, that just like very like cool, super powerful, dismissive like lady. Like Cersei was my favorite Game of Thrones character, as you well know.
Yeah, so you don't even care if they're a la Cersei, if they're like evil, basically.
Right, women who are
But
assholes.
Well, she certainly was being an asshole in this one, Jury. Of course, Slapwatch 2021 is back on. We had a bit of a break from it, but Auntie's still. I mean, one read could be that she's just that big of a person. She's still offering him the flower at the end, acts like nothing happened. I guess your read might be that she's not a real person still.
She's too like childlike and out of it.
Yeah, well, she's definitely out of it. So, yeah, we were right. Well, it wasn't a real hot prediction that Jerry would be dueling Utena as well. The student council has 4 members. I guess Toga's the only one who hasn't got a crack yet. I'm sure we'll see it at some point, but Utena's 4-0. This time, was it? I guess we're not supposed to know, but Jerry's thing is like not believing in miracles, wanting to prove it wrong. That's why she's doing it. And then obviously was the better fighter and was gonna get the win there. And when the sword just came down and took the flower off, so I guess that could. It was up in the air. I guess it could just come down that way. But you know, it was switching back between Utena and the prince, right? I don't know if that's literal either or what, but or symbolic. But it seems like something's going on.
Yeah, couple like really interesting things in this one. First of all, Jury is like by far my favorite of the student council people so far. I've liked the introduction of Nanami.
Nanami is like from last episode, the sister.
Yeah, exactly. But Jury is like by far the most interesting character to me out in the show so far. But one thing I wanted to note was like Toga was saying he received a letter from End of the World that said a duel must happen this week. So like we're getting crumbs, right? Because we didn't learn anything about why they're dueling, what's supposed to happen when they quote revolutionize the world or anything like that. But we are getting bits like that. Just like someone has decreed that a duel must happen, so she must find a reason.
Well, I guess she wanted to
duel, Utena.
Right. I mean, it seems like, I don't think she was like lying to or not telling Utena the truth when she asked her what, like she just thinks it is like, because the prophecy says you'll have all the power. So does any of the student council know anything besides that? Do they even know?
Right.
Like,
And
we're
I
trying
agree.
to figure out what's going on.
I agree with what you just said. I think it did happen organic. Her reason for wanting to duel Utena was valid and like outside of the structure of needing a reason, right? But also like she believes in something very fiercely to like get that mad about the stupid ring. This is the episode where they like communicate to you it's actually not the joke that Utena thinks it is, right?
And she's actually getting kind of mad now or into it in terms of like having to defend herself now. Like obviously she was mad that what's his name was being a piece of shit to Auntie, so she wanted to fight him. Like she was fine fighting him. But this time she seemed it was more personal, as personal as it has been so far, I think, for Utena's end of things. And going back to Jury though, so there's something, why did she get so upset about the Prince story? I assume it has something to do with their backstory here, but this kind of love triangle thing.
Right, exactly. And they don't explain it like entirely. I think to me it was the fact that Utena doesn't know what the ring represents and that it's not hers. Jury is very clearly working towards something with her membership in this student council, like whatever their like revolution they're trying to bring about. She believes in, or like, as she says, like, maybe I don't believe in it, but I want to see, you know? She's taking it seriously in a way that it felt like the show was trying to communicate that she didn't believe Utena was.
Right. Well, I mean, it certainly makes sense she's not taking it seriously, Utena, but it's just something even more than that of like, Why was she so mad about it? Seems she got more mad specifically with the prince thing
Exactly, like...
than just like Utena was doing.
Exactly. I feel like it's meant to leave us with that question, which as a breadcrumb is more interesting than if it had just answered it. Also, I really wanted an answer.
We know you did. So with that backstory then, why does she have her old friend's face in her locket to like keep her constantly reminded of what happened? Or, like...
She was in love with that friend, not the boy. 100 P.
But the friend knew that and didn't care, or the friend thought she was in love with the boy and wanted to take her, or so what do you think about that then? Like, what was the friend's intention?
I think the friend thought that they were both like fighting over the guy and tried to beat her to it and did. But the heartbreak for Juri was it wasn't the guy all along, it's you. So not only did you hurt me, there's really no way we could ever be together.
It did seem like she was gonna like make a move on Utena for a second, and then she, that's when she got mad and started fighting her. But those little fake out there.
I've been prepared to read a lot of this show as like overtly lesbian, because the very first comment on the very first episode, when I pulled it up when we first started all this, just said, "Wait, are all the lesbians watching this rewatching this show in quarantine?"
Yeah, makes sense. And I know it's a big show for. I think I said this in the first episode, or talking about the Steven Universe creator, Rebecca Sugar, who's, I guess, bisexual, but she was saying it's a big show, a big influence on her. So I think that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Was this your favorite episode thus far of the young season, episodes 10?
It genuinely might have been. I really liked the Carrie episode.
Yeah, that was good.
That might just be because I'm a horror super fan. I was like, oh yeah, I know that reference. This was great. Finally.
And we still got your man at Chu Chu.
A lot of Chu Chu.
Because you said Juri is the most interesting character to you so far, but we got to assume your favorite is still.
Yeah, he's a.
Who is he, a monkey or a mouse, or what is he? Like the teacher said, a monkey, but he's like a little mouse shaped, or size rather.
Do you consider him more monkey-like or more mouse-like? Because I kind of did consider him more mouse-like.
Well, it's interesting. I think he looks more mouse-like, but I guess he acts
Fair.
more monkey-like. Now that I think about it, I just kind of assumed he was not. I mean, he's just like a mythical little creature or something. But I don't know. Yeah, I guess everything he does could be kind of a little monkey could actually do. Well, that's the mystery I'm more interested in, getting to the bottom of this. But yeah, the other stuff's good too. We'll try to see figure out more of it. Well, let's look what the next episode title is. Episode 8. Well, our girl Nanami is back here in the old the thumbnail here. Curried
I don't know
high
what any of that
trim.
means.
Interesting. Curry. Well, they eat curry in Japan a lot. I don't know if curried though. Like that's a adjective or And a high trim. Well, in the thumbnail, Nanami looks like she's climbing a hillside, like a mountain, basically.
Yeah.
And there's some people behind, further down. I guess it's some type of field trip situation, maybe. Well, are we getting another Nanami episode already, or is this just a thumbnail? Because that's.
Yeah, that would communicate to me that she is more important than I thought she was. Right?
Well, we'll know we'll be in for something weird if it is her episode again, so. Look out for that next week. We'll be back with that one. Do keep comments coming. We love to see it. Like we said at the beginning, it's your thoughts on Juri and the show and the whole situation. Subscribe if you're not already. And until next time, we're going to be up out of here. Peace.
残念ながら時間が取れそうにないので